Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Inside the Dressing Room. I'm your host Dhaka, and today we're going to talk about Bangladesh football team, which is in Shillong right now and had their second day of practice. And to talk about that, I have a person who you know very well. You've seen him in your TV screens. You've heard his voice in international cricket matches. Shamonoy Ghosh. Shamonoy, a man of many voices. Welcome to our studio.
Thank you very much. Man of many voices. It seems like, oh.
Right. Shamonoy, let's dive straight into the point. Bangladesh team had their second day of practice and it went well. But from the beginning, things, I won't say it was adverse, but a bit inconvenient for the footballers. Your take on the whole thing?
I think these things do happen and you yourself know it. But at the same time, are you telling the people, like, I have to face inconveniences and adverse effects while I'm onto the show as well? You know, should I tell them how long I had to wait before we head into the studio?
That's surprising.
You have to get through inconveniences.
Of course.
For example, there was some studio work going on right before we started the show, right? So inconveniences will be there.
Will happen.
Yeah, and it is part and parcel of the whole package in itself, right? And as you helped me remember as well, you know, regarding that Nigeria versus Libya match, which was last year.
Last October,
in fact, right? So Nigeria were gifted 3 points, gifted the points, and because they were pretty much locked up in the airport for 16 hours along with their officials. I'm not saying that's normal. I'm not saying that's normal. It is not normal.
Or maybe intentional. Intentional.
I hope not. We hope not. Right? We hope that it's not. But see, I prefer and I like to find the positive side in every situation. And from that, you know, we have a few factors going in our favor. Hamza coming in, the buzz is there, Jamal and the company, they're all there. I think this should give them an extra motivation, you know, extra bit of injection to, you know what, you can't hold us back. We're going to prove us.
Adding to your point, I was going through some Indian media and their social media handles. The point you made, that Hamza being there created a lot of stir, locally as well as in the Indian people. So we saw the footages of Bangladesh practice. A lot of media was there. In Shillong, a place that is not a metro city in India, and the match, Hamza, Bangladesh team, the rivalry, the animosity between India and Bangladesh is drawing a lot of attention. That's something I find very amusing and I love it. The way everything is being built up for the match, this is undoubtedly one of the most anticipated matches in memory.
Certainly for us, isn't it?
Course,
Certainly for us.
Of course.
You said you love it, I love it, and I'm sure the ones watching, they all love it too. We have reasons to love it. And I think overall, South Asian football and its fans should love it. Because see, you mentioned our media, which is the Bangladesh media, the Indian media. Come on, I think the English media is watching, keeping their eyes on this too. And I like to refer back to how Jamal addressed in one of the press conferences, right? Yeah, they're great players. Yes, we have good players. But come on, he played in the Premier League. Right? So yes, it's a good thing. Because see, at the end of the day, these names will bring in more eyeballs, maybe more stability. We hope some stability on the field as well. Some competitiveness. I think the opposition should like it because, see, at the end of the day, as I was saying, you know, somebody was asking me right before I entered this show that you're a cricket commentator. Do you know football? First and foremost, my father was a former football player, and I've done commentary in football, FIFA friendly as well. And see, suppose if Bangladesh is next playing Nepal again or Maldives or whoever. These players will remember, and once they end their careers, they'll be like, "Oh, I've played against a Premier League player.
Right?
He was from Bangladesh,
right? Overall, the whole brand of Bangladesh football certainly just spiked up. But coming to that again, Shamonoy, that all this build-up, all this hype, should turn into something positive in the field. And from us, from the audience point of view, if something goes against Bangladesh in the match. I hope not. If Bangladesh loses or fails to win in India, do you think the Bangladeshi fans who are all hyped up and all psyched up to see Hamza, and they are hoping that Hamza can win a match for Bangladesh on his own, which might not be the case, and most of the time it is not the case in football. How would they react, or how they should react?
When it comes to reactions, I think
Exactly.
Yeah, everyone
We
refers
know.
to how many reactions, right?
Yeah.
I think it will boil down to media, traditional and social.
Social, of
right?
course.
So obviously, it's going to erupt, whichever way it goes, and particularly if it doesn't go Bangladesh's way, it's going to have a very negative effect here. Me personally, Ruwaid bhai, let me tell you, I'm not a big fan of short-term success.
Right.
I know it's easier said than done and stuff like that, those things, cliched statements and stuff. But see, would you, if I ask these questions to all the Bangladeshi fans, where I fall in that zone as well, would you want one win and then Bangladesh loses for the next couple of years again? Or would you, if it boils down to that you lose one, okay, fine. He couldn't practice properly with the team. Those things are there. Give it some time. He plays in a different setup. He's more of a defensive midfielder.
He didn't
kind of
even
role?
get 2 weeks with the team, right?
Even then, I think kudos to Hamza, the way he handled everything. Remember,
Everything.
this guy doesn't live here regularly. He comes in, he sees all the media, all the attention. People are trying to get grab his hand and get a piece of him and stuff like that. Everything, you saw it yourself. He's responding with a smile. Right?
He's relaxed.
Right?
He's calm.
Lovely.
And he's waiting for the match.
Right?
That's the best part, what I felt
Absolutely,
about Hamza.
absolutely.
And what you just said, that fans should wait for a bigger success. And in the long run, if Hamza can bring that, and what I expect most and what I'm optimistic about most is any 1 or 2 or 3 players playing in the lower divisions of England who origins from Bangladesh aspires to be like another Hamza rather than playing for the England national team. Bangladesh only can benefit because in football nowadays it has become a global game. We see, look at the France national team. More than 60 to 70% players are not born in France or not authentic. They don't have a French connection.
They're not original
French.
Yeah, they don't origin from there.
So why not in Bangladesh's case? We can get, if Hamza is a success and if Hamza stays as he promised that I'm going to play for a long period for Bangladesh, if he stays and if he succeeds, I think this is just the beginning of the trend.
Absolutely, because I also like to dream, Ruwaid bhai, you know. It's a two-way street. Today he's coming in, maybe 20 years, give it 20 years, 25
exactly.
years.
Right.
Maybe somebody from here will go there and play.
Of course. Why
You
not?
never know.
Why not?
You never know. Let's dream of that.
Of course.
Let's dream of long-term and sustainability, because I've heard and we've read and we've seen a bit of stories of how golden our football used to be, that golden age of football in Bangladesh. Now it dipped. There's an opportunity to make it come back.
Right.
But at the same time, while it comes back, I pray with my heart and soul that it stays.
Exactly.
That it stays.
Stability is the key. All right, Shramanay, from dreaming and optimism to very pragmatic issue in Bangladesh cricket. QAB, the Cricketers Welfare Association of Bangladesh, is going to have their election. They have formed a committee. Your take on the latest situation?
Positive. Very positive. I think first things first, the previous committee has been dissolved.
Dissolved, of course.
There's a new committee formed of 13 member committee. And what they've promised is that they're going to ensure that there's not going to be any conflict of interest. I think that's a good step. That's a good promise to start with. But at the same time, I think in every aspect, not only QAB, starting from QAB to every other aspect, I think we should live up to the expectations, because we as a nation, I think we've been through a lot.
We've been through a lot.
On a daily basis, we go through a lot.
Go through a lot.
Why do we watch cricket and football like crazy? We watch all this because it unites us, a sense of
And it
togetherness.
gives us a sense of relief
Absolutely.
from our day-to-day perils.
Right? So why create all the stress and drama here? Let's give people all those things that they deserve, that we deserve, the fun, the good drama, and some good excitement. And for that, what are the major ingredients? The major ingredients in this product are the players. So you look after the players. It's very important. For example,
very important,
right? For example, we were discussing the Man United story where they used to give there was some welfare funds for the players from the 60s and 70s, and the club is in such a bad shape that they had to pull away those funds.
Right.
I think it comes from the welfare associations. You know better than me that the other associations
Right.
of other countries, they're doing very well, and they ensure really, really on their toes that the players are looked after properly, right? If something happens to them, they go.
That was our show today. Let me know in the comments how you are liking it. And I'll see you tomorrow, same place and same time. Till then, you take care.